You're listening to Real Coaching Radio, building a positive network.
Would you like to know how to play the game of life? Did you know there is a game? The game is the energy game. Everything is energy. So what are the tools and the rules for this game? If you don't know the rules and don't have any tools, you'll lose the game. Here are your hosts, Dr. Dean Allen, PhD, and Coach Steve Toth, to take you on a journey of discovery. How to play the game of life.
In other words, what are you here for? What is your spirit here to do? And I find that that is where a person's fulfillment is. But there's two stages to life. First, you have to survive. Then you can fulfill. And it's interesting that the body and the nervous systems are set up exactly that same way. The sympathetic nervous system has priority over the body's energy, which is the survival nervous system. And once you're safe, once you feel safe and comfortable, then the parasympathetic nervous system can take over, and that's what heals and regenerates you. And as I see life with thousands of clients at this point, that's what I see, is that you have to get them safe in survival before they can then appreciate and connect with and express and perceive who they are and what they're here to do. And when they do that, that's what they find fulfilling.
And Doctor, as you go down this path, and I imagine it must be quite fulfilling knowing that you can touch people and perhaps let them see something inside of themselves that they didn't know they had until you helped them see it. That's
very much so.
That's a real gift. Do you find that there's in a generalization, an age group that has that aha moment more than another, or do you see it's across the spectrum?
Well, I think it's getting younger. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I think that things are changing a lot. I think it's forcing all of us, no matter what our age is, to process our life clearer and quicker in order to get what we really want. And this offense-defense thing is really the biggest problem, because there's basically two energies in the universe. And you probably heard the old saying, as above, so below.
I've heard it.
Well, as it turns out, at least what I've learned, is that individuals energetically operate exactly the same way the universe does with stars and black holes. And one energy is a defensive, pulling energy that we associate with a feeling of fear that is primarily designed to allow us to survive life-threatening situations in the moment. Now, if that energy is traumatized over and over without any experiences of feeling safe, the person is going to have a hard time connecting to their spirit or their divine intent. And once you can identify where and when and how and who and what they're doing that is actually keeping them in that time warp from past trauma memory, then that gives them the opportunity to become conscious enough to see the game clear enough that they can consciously operate ahead of the curve and make things happen that their spirit wants, instead of watch things happen or wonder what happened. And so the whole game is really about consciousness for, first of all, how the game works, and then second of all, be able to use that how to channel it into performance or action in the moment. And the other thing that I've come to realize is that our moment of power, and this is based on learning research in psychology, is 1.1 second following the stimulus. And it's the best example is the dog peeing on the carpet. If you don't respond within 1.1 second, the likelihood of the dog learning anything is almost nil. So humans are the same way, and when we perform in that 1.1 second, it's what Hollywood calls believability. Because when you can be that spontaneous and clear in the moment, it comes across as believable, and that's what gives you power, because if nobody believes you, you don't have any power.
But you can still run for office.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
You're listening to Real Coaching Radio, building a positive network.